Thelma Marie. 3 boys love Pearl and Jane, and from 59 to heaven, through 37 years, oh Lord, who done it? And who carried you? Who done it? Who carried you? I remember my dad used to tell me when I was a little kid, he'd say, my father would say, "Son, come up on that roof and get me Channel 7. And I was a little kid, when you're a little kid, you kind of wander around, you climb trees and look around for something to do. You didn't have to check your email or go to the store and buy something. You just made something to do and look around. You never know what you might find. I don't know how I got up on the roof. I don't know how I got down, but what I was doing when I was up there, I was looking around, see what was up there, and I saw the antenna was laying down on the side of the roof. And I said, well, it looks like it's probably supposed to be standing upright. So I looked at the chimney, that was a hole. That was a hole in the roof, and so I just stuck the antenna down the chimney. So then the straps was all busted up, and I was too lazy and too dumb to get a pair of pliers or something to fix it. It rusted out, that thing that wrapped around the chimney to hold the antenna upright. So, and Dad, of course, he was watching me, and he figured it out. He knew I stuck it down the chimney. He was thinking the same thing. That's my boy. So he's sitting in that old yellow recliner, and watching a channel. We got both channels, and I'm sure y'all had 1 or 2 channels, and the coolest part was that fucking little white dot, man. When the TV came on, or especially when it went off, anyway. I was watching that dot. Now that right there, man. That's better than a lava lamp. That little white dot, I see it right now, and it just don't go away. So, that's when Dad says, "Son, come on that roof and get me Channel 7." So I climb up on the roof, and I turn that antenna because, being in that hole, which is the chimney, you could manipulate, you could rotate that somebody. You can watch the Ed Sullivan show. There you go. And, well, there you go. That's that one. My hands fill up, my pockets keeping time. Wrapped around jingling keys I find. They say it's gonna rain and snow, it's always too damn hot or cold. I'd rather bends don't matter more and more. You don't come and see me anymore. You don't come and see me anymore. I know your eyes are sick and tired and sore. I've been busy in my head, running circles around my bed. I'd rather bends don't matter more and more. You don't come and see me anymore. You don't come and see me anymore. I reckon I'm just preaching to the choir. I ain't been to church in quite a while. Lord knows I don't remember all them words to that old rugged cross. I've been hanging my head out to dry up in the clouds. You don't come to see me anyhow. I know I'm screaming to the choir. You ain't seen me in church in a while. And I don't remember all the words to the old brother chorus. I'm hanging head out to dry up in the clouds. You don't come and see me anymore. Yeah, 'cause my hands fill up my pockets, keeping time. Come down off that roof and help me watch that dot. What's that dot? Oh, Lord. So, speaking of growing up and being real men and being practicing ingenuity, I was over there in Middle Tennessee, where that big hole is, you know. It might have been that meteor. A bunch of dinosaurs just fell out of the sky. And a big old basin in Middle Tennessee. And I was over there on the east part of that hole. And you know what, ladies and gentlemen, that's the headquarters for proctology. You know that? I get clarity. When I'm up here running my mouth, all of a sudden I get hit by a damn speck of feng shui, whatever that shit is. Knocks me in the head and I gain clarity. And I was on the east side of that medical polarized field of existence and geography, and me and a buddy of mine were songwriters, and the refrigerator was getting kind of like empty. And he says, "Hey man, you know, we're just writing songs." I said, "Sure." I said, "Man, I don't know about you, man, but I'm hungry. You know, I got this thing about eating, you know. I don't mind eating a bit. I like to sit down and eat most of the time." We'll go ahead and work off that sitting down for a minute. But somehow, and I don't remember what these girls looked like, but there was 2 or 3 or 4 of them. And they brought us a small jar of pickled green tomatoes. It wasn't real big. It's big enough to hold some pickled green tomatoes, you know. Back in 1993, that's what it was. It was dry as a bone over there. And these were store-bought pickled green tomatoes. And so Ray and I looked at each other and looked at those green tomatoes in the garden that didn't turn red because it was dry as a bone. So, of course, we ate those things, you know, and lickety-split. And so we looked around and sure enough found an old glass mayonnaise jar and the lid. So that's always a plus if you're ever looking for a jar and a lid that matches. That's the jar. You know. Yeah, the people that are laughing are the ones that still can't find the lid. And so stupid shit. But anyway, so we put them little green tomatoes in there with some, I don't know if we had vinegar or not, and some kind of clear liquid. And put them in this mayonnaise jar. And maybe we had some salt and pepper or some McDonald's ketchup. I don't know what the hell we had, you know. And we stuck it in there and we still had electricity. We put it in the refrigerator for a solid week. I don't know, every bit of a week, and we just kind of we're just stumbling around, you know, waiting for them to get pickled. Sure enough, a week was up, and I don't know how we lived. And then opened up and took a bite. And you know what it tasted like? You don't see it. Really, it shit. So we put that little piece of that tomato back in there, you know. Said, well, let's put it in for one more week, and then it'll probably be ready. So I don't know if it was him or me. We took that, grabbed a hold of that little gnawed piece of tomato, and tried that piece out. Well, we knew for sure it tasted like shit.